Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. These are the final, at least I say for now, the final Amazon Prime big deal day deals. Tongue twister Amazon. Let's go ahead and fix that up for the next deal for EDC, Man Cave, Survival, plus a couple of bonus items. So stay tuned. We're going to try to rattle through these as quick as possible because some of these will expire or get snatched up. First up, we got to talk about the Kaiser Maverick. Now, this is a harpoon style fixed blade knife. You're getting full tang for $41. I just recently picked up the Kaiser Justice 2. Other than the sheath being complete trash, I am really enjoying the micarta scales on that thing. Haven't put it through its paces yet because it's actually for one of my buddies. But if that's something that you're highly interested in, I would definitely recommend that you check it out. Because mostly any of these Kaiser fixed blades for full tang for basically less than $100. Now, if you're not a fan of the Kaiser Maverick, you can always look at the Kaiser beg letter. This is a different style shape, more traditional style shape, kind of a mix with a clip and a drop point. D2's still getting that. You're still getting the coated blade. You're still getting full tang, getting the micarta hander, getting the actual lanyard hold, everything you need. 51 bucks. Add this to your survival kit. If you're a renegade, add this to your everyday carry. Carry it sideways on your belt. Maybe you can adjust the actual sheath and carry this thing tipped down to your pocket. All sorts of things. Looks pretty sharp, coming in at a very reasonable price. And looking at these pricing, this is the first time this thing has been dropped down. So it hasn't been this pricing since June/July of this year. So you want to jump on top of that as quickly as you can if you're interested in that. You want a folder, right? You're here for folders. You don't necessarily want the fixies as much as we like them, and we try to carry that type of stuff. The Kaiser original, this is with a copper handle. All of these Kaiser originals, whether it's the copper handle or the green or the gray, they're all discounted for different aspects. So for instance, the copper handle is coming in at $62. That's 30% off. But if we look at the actual gray, it's still 30% off at $58 because of the MSRP. This is a good deal for these. Let's check out some of this pricing. So these have consistently stayed at $84. And if we look at the all-time record, they have not dropped down. They've never dropped down this low in price. So if you want to get yourself a Kaiser original, this is the time to do it. It's never dropped down this low since they brought these things out on Amazon. Coming in a very, listen, I think that for Kaiser, you get so much bang for your buck. 154 cm steel, plenty for your everyday task, 3-inch. Pretty sharp looking, and it's going to be very durable and ready to rock and roll. Also, we have the Kaiser Feist. This is the XL. Now, you can get the original Kaiser Feist with the titanium, with the full exposed frame lock, all that good stuff, but you're going to be spending more money. You can come here, get yourself this one here where you have a front flipper, and it also has the liner lock. Very capable blade coming in at $69. Let's call it 70 bucks. And this thing also lives at $87. If we look at all time, it dropped down once to $60, and that was in June. So if you want to wait around and see if it comes back to that pricing, it seems to do it every 3 months or so. You're more than welcome to do that. But if it were I would just probably snatch it up right now because all Kaiser knives are not on sale with this sale. Some of them, like the Bear, are still at their normal price. So you kind of just have to get them when you can. Speaking of getting it when you can, you absolutely should be grabbing Hero Clips. They're by Gear Aid. I own Hero Clips in medium, mini, small, large. My favorite size is the medium though. This one is probably the most versatile. You can put it on bags, you can put it on pouches, you can put it on water bottles. It works so well. This thing's coming in at $18.30. It normally does ride at $22. Last time it was at this pricing was it was probably middle of September. So if you want to wait around another month to try to catch it at this price, you're more than welcome. But if it were I've done this several times before, I would probably just buy it at this price. Multiple different color options as well. I'm a big fan of the camo. I don't see it down here, but the green, the silver, the camo, the blue, any of them are going to work out for you because I really have a lot of functionality to them. Now, a lot of folks have asked me before, X, why do you carry a battery bank in 2023? I don't quite understand like the rhyme or reason behind it. I love my Nikkor right here. I have the Nikkor. This is the NB1 or the 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank. It is a carbon fiber edition. This is a second generation. You can use this thing to quick charge with a power delivery for cell phones, for iPads, Nintendo Switch, cameras, all sorts of stuff. $47.96. Let's call it $48. This thing lives at $59. So this is a deal that you might want to jump on as quick as possible. If you got a lot of crumb snatchers always in your phones, or if you live on your phone, you want to have the ability to charge it up on the fly. If you want to go with the big boy, this is the Char Geek Storm 2. I love this battery bank. It has all sorts of readings on the outside whenever you're charging something, how much wattage is being pulled out, and when it's receiving a charge, how much wattage is being pulled in, how hot the battery bank is. It looks pretty awesome as well. This is the type of battery bank that you have, you're spending the type of money on it. I have it. $229 is where this normally lives. It's already 91% claimed. This is a great type of gift or something for you. This is the type of battery bank where you're charging laptops, MacBooks, Dells, PCs easily. You might want to grab this sooner than later because it's going to be claimed sooner than later. $169. That is a saving of 26%. This thing jumps all over the place. It hasn't been at this price since late September. So if you want to jump on this, you might want to do it now because you're going to probably be waiting around for another month. This is something you're going to be dedicated to being able to have power on the go. I talked about pens yesterday with some of these deals. We got to look at the actual Write in the Rain all-weather top spiral notebooks, whether it's top spiral or if it's a side folder. Got a little Write in the Rain pad here, which kind of makes life as easy as well. This is the Write in the Rain. Actually, I don't even know which one this is. I just know that it's always ready to go and ready to be used. Same thing here. If you're going to be buying all these pens, use them. If you're not, don't buy them. Don't buy them pens and notebooks if you're not going to use them. But if you are, this is a deal you might want to snatch up. Also looking here, pepper gel. Listen, pepper spray is cool, but I prefer pepper gel where it's a little bit heavier based. If you ever have to use it, it's less likely that it's going to spray back with the wind in your own face. But just like a knife fight, if anybody sprays some pepper gel, you're going to get a little bit on you. But if it's legal to carry in your stick, check your local laws, your local municipalities. Don't take advice from some freaking peasant on YouTube. Grab some pepper gel because this stuff here can come in handy more often than you can imagine. I'm a big fan of this stuff, especially being able to keep it in survival kits. Give one to Danny Lene, give one to the kiddos, keep themselves protected. My recommendation, if you do buy this stuff, use it on yourself just so you know what it feels like. So if we look here, we also have the X Tool D1. Now listen, you're saying X, you're showing us a laser engraver. Hear me out for a second. First off, the X Tool is what I use here. If we take a look at this this is the Benchmade. I think this is the North Lake. What do they call these things? I have customized mine. So now I have a little bit of a topo design on there, which is fantastic. I've also customized some of my phone cases as well. So I have my own little design for stuff that I like. So, do you want to have these ability to do your own customization? Possibly. That may be something you're interested in. If you are, this is normally $700. It's $539 plus a $50 coupon is going to bring that thing below the $500 mark. It has not been this price ever. It has been $539 before, but the additional coupon has not been included. So that is super something that you might want to check out. This is the laser that I use here in my man cave to customize stuff all of the time. Speaking of customizing stuff, if you do want to check out my website, use the code MarineX20 to get 20% off the entire website. That is through tomorrow, October 12th at midnight. If you want to check something out, one of my favorite items right now is the MarineX EDC tray, completely customized and made by your boy, complete DIY project. Use the code. It's going to help you out, man. If you want to save some money, get the shipping going as well, and have yourself a unique item. And also, if you want some customized stuff, let me know if you do your order as well. We can make that stuff happen. Jumping on to here, EDC maintenance. Even if you're doing boomstick maintenance, silicone and PVC and cutting mats and self-healing mats are super important. I have one of these at my knife workstation where I'm working on knives. If I'm taking them apart, if I'm doing any type of maintenance, you should have one too. A self-healing mat. This has a gridded rotary cutting as well, so you can actually know measurements and be able to know exactly what you're doing. This thing's coming in at $5.18, 20% off. Not a huge saving, but it's still a saving. So if you don't have one of these, you've been thinking about getting one, here's your opportunity to snatch one up for all your knife maintenance needs. Now, I've talked about different tech holders over the last 2 days. Yesterday, we mentioned the TomTalk tech holder. We also mentioned the Travelon. This is my current holder, which is the Bellroy holder, which the Bellroy holder is cool and all. The thing about the Bellroy holder is this thing costs $55 and it doesn't do anything particularly special compared to this PGY Tech. Matter of fact, the PGY Tech is bigger and costs less money. If I could do it all over again, I would probably get the PGY Tech. Have way more room for my items. The normal size is probably a little bit too big for me, 39 bucks. But if I could also take a look at the mini size, 28 bucks, this is probably my speed. Grab this, keep all my tech items. And that's super important to me to have chargers and mouse and cords at the ready and ready to rock and roll. So that's what I'm looking at here, and I'm super down with. All right, so yesterday we talked about the Anker MagSafe battery bank. Anker is cool. Anker is about the same price, but this one has a bigger capacity. Ugreen MagSafe magnetic battery bank, 10,000 milliamp hour battery. That means you're going to be able to charge your common phones like these twice. If there's 0 to 100, 2 times. But who lets their phone get to 0 before they charge it? So this is going to give you multiple charges out of these battery banks. You can also use it in this sideways modes with these new iPhone 14 and 15 and 13 and all those that have the display mode when they're you can also charge out and input out and in with the USB-A and USB-C, one more feature that the Anker did not have. And also reading the reviews, this one seems to have a better longevity with the actual batteries that are inside of these things versus the batteries that are inside the Anker. This is anecdotal because I don't own both, but they seem to be pretty concrete. Now, Amazon Basics 550 cord. If you've had one 550 cord, you've had a lot of 550 cords. As long as it's certified to be 550 cord, which is 550 pounds of test, which is designed to put together a parachute for parachute rigging. Paracord, 100 feet of paracord for $6.65. Survival kits. If you're going to be tying stuff, or you're trying to make loop, you want to make lanyards, spider knots, and all, this is the way to go. Get it in orange, get a big bushel of it, put it in your survival kits, put it in your survival packs. You will be good to go. And this is the time to snatch it up, especially when you're saving 15%. Now, listen, guys. We talk about maintenance on your actual EDC items, your knives, your boomsticks, but you should also remember you only got one set of ears, one set of eyes, and one set of the region down below if you're a male. You want to protect all of them. And I'm picking some of these up today for when I go out to the range. These are the Walker's Razor Slim Earmuffs. These are discounted 47%, which is a phenomenal deal. Let's see what the pricing. These jump all over the place. They haven't been this price since early September, over a month. So this is the time to grab them if you've been interested in it. If you need something for the range, or if you're thinking about going to the range, make sure that you're actually protecting your ears and not using anything cheap. What if you forget your spoon on the fly? I've done it several times before. This isn't a part of my everyday carry, but I do keep an actual fork/spork in my truck. If I go over to someone's house, if we're at a park, if we're at a basketball game or whatever, and I pick up something to eat and I don't have anything to eat it with, this comes in handy. Now, I own it in the flat sage. You can buy it in titanium. Titanium is on sale as well. If you need that high speed, low drag titanium, everything, 15% off the titanium. But my favorite color, I'm really digging the sage color. You still get 15% off. Get it for $15.16. Stick it in your armrest of your vehicle. Stick it in your survival tin. Stick it in your EDC if you want to rock and roll and just always have an actual spork or eating utensil with you as well. And it's kind of a multi-tool. You can flathead. It has a flathead, slotted screwdriver on one side. It has a pry bar. So it has functionality to it with a nail puller, and that's a lot of functionality for 15 bucks. So can opener, all sorts of things that you may need on the fly. Last but not least, this is what is in my man cave. This is the biometric slider boomstick safe, and this is attached to my desk, and this keeps my boomstick at the ready. It's biometric, and it also has a passcode relief, pin code relief, just in case the biometrics fail. $139. Let's call it $140. Let's check the pricing on this thing, where it's been all over the place, but it's normally warehouse deals when it jumps down to this price. It normally sits at 179 bucks. No one buys it for 228, but 139 is a buy at 9 price. and you're getting it a few more dollars than used. I would buy this. Keep it safe, keep it away from your kiddos, keep yourself out of trouble. Let me know, guys, if you see any deals that are still out there. Comment down below. Let me know any other type of deals that you're snatching up. Hit the subscribe button. We would love to have you a part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, then you've already done what you need to do. I'm not talking to you. I appreciate you once again kicking the door in. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.